Israel Gaza Iran War News Live Update. Canada considers Iran's IRGC a terrorist organization. After years of lobbying, Canada designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, as a terrorist entity under the Criminal Code on Wednesday, local time. Dominic LeBlanc, Canada's Public Safety, Democratic Institutions, and Intergovernmental Affairs Minister, announced it. The Canadian government stated in a press release, based on their actions, there are reasonable grounds to believe that the IRGC has knowingly carried out, attempted to carry out, participated in, or facilitated a terrorist activity, or acted on behalf of, at the direction of, or in association with a terrorist entity. Listing the IRGC means they're terrorists. It said that designating the IRGC under the Criminal Code listing regime sends a strong message that Canada will use all available tools to combat its terrorist activity, conducted both unilaterally and in knowing association with listed terrorist entities such as Hezbollah and Hamas. The Canadian government stated in a press release, the IRGC is officially a terrorist group under Canada's Criminal Code. This listing requires Canadian banks and brokerages to freeze a listed entity's property immediately. It's illegal for Canadians and Canadians abroad to interact with terrorist group property. Dominic LeBlanc stated that the Iranian regime has violated human rights inside and outside Iran. LeBlanc stated, the Iranian dictatorship has continually shown a blatant contempt for human rights, both inside and outside Iran, and a propensity to disrupt the international rules-based order. Listing the IRGC supports Canada's efforts to end Iran's illegal conduct and terrorism assistance. Our administration will always defend human rights and stop those who threaten our way of life in Canada and abroad, said. This comes after years of pressure on the central government to label the IRGC a terrorist group. CBC News says that Iran's supreme leader personally oversees the IRGC. According to CBC News, the IRGC shot down Ukraine International Airlines flight PS-752 over Tehran in 2020, killing 175 passengers, including 55 Canadians and 30 permanent residents. After the statement on Wednesday, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly warned of arbitrary arrest for Canadians in Iran. Joly stated, "Let those in Iran return home. Travelers to Iran should not go." According to CBC News, the association representing Flight PS-752 victims' families, Iranian Canadians, the Conservative Party, and the NDP have requested the Canadian government to label the militia group a terrorist organization. The Association of Families of Flight PS-752 Victims board member Hamed Esmailian said the families were pleased that the government is moving forward with this designation after 4 years of advocating for it at every rally and event. Esmailian, who lost his wife and daughter on Flight PS-752, remarked, "Long voyage. Long and unpleasant." Esmailian added, "It's really vital to punish those people or organizations who were involved in atrocities against Canadians and Iranians." Conservative foreign affairs critic Michael Chung said his party had pushed for IRGC terrorism designation for 6 years. Even after Hamas struck Israel on October 7, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre demanded to classify the IRGC as a terrorist organization. CBC News claimed that Canadian PM Justin Trudeau told victims' families during a ceremony on the 4th anniversary of the plane crash that his administration was looking into responsibly moving forward with that designation on January 8.